today to have joining us on the Hughes and Company podcast, Akshay Singla. Akshay, welcome.
Thank you, Cedric.
Thank you for coming here. You're a busy guy right now, and I know you're just trying to take a few minutes out of your schedule because you have something to offer to the folks who are watching our program. You've got a very busy real estate practice in Surrey that you've got to get back to in a few minutes, but just give us a little bit of an idea of what's happening there in Surrey. We're at the 26th of April, 2023.
Yeah, the market, Cedric, has totally shifted from before, right? Mid-March, we saw real estate prices soaring again, multiple offer situations, cash offers going on properties where there's no subject to financing or anything. Prices are going up again. Yeah. Realtors are now purposely putting prices for the properties lower than the market value and showing it only on the weekend and collecting offers on a specific date to get more people to come in and for people to bid, in a way, I would say, as much money as they can on a property to get the highest offer on them.
Wow. So the technique is to give a sort of loss leader kind of price and then wait till the purchasers come in and outbid each other. Is that the strategy?
You put it lower than the market, you'll get hundreds of showings over the weekend, and then you'll get 20 offers, and everyone's going to think, oh, this is going to go above asking, let me put more than what I initially would have offered.
They get excited.
Yeah.
You get into a bidding war.
Exactly.
How do you advise your clients in that situation?
Yeah, so we deal with a lot of first-time home buyers, right? So they don't know what's going on. They've never been in a market like this before.
Yes.
So they don't know what is the right way to do anything. So we definitely, how we do it first is we always get the client and we educate them what the process is, what the contract is, and what subjects mean.
Right.
Because you're telling a client, we're going to be putting a subject for your offer, or we're not going to be putting these subjects. They don't even know what subjects mean. So first we educate the client, then we especially get involved with the mortgage broker or the mortgage specialist, whoever they're dealing with, to make sure they can afford the property they're looking at.
Right.
And then we don't always look at the listing price of a property. We try to see what they will go for, because if a client is looking for something worth $500,000 in a condo that's worth $500,000 and it's listed for $500,000, not necessarily it's going to go for that much. It could go higher or lower. So we try to get properties for clients that are going to go in the range. We don't look at listing price always.
Yes.
Then when the time comes, we try to see if there's a IDRPO, which is a irrevocable direction regarding presentation of offers. So that is, you're showing it on the weekends and you're taking all the offers together on a specific date. When they're doing that, then there's a bidding war. So we try to find properties, especially for first-time buyers, that don't have that will take offers as they come. Because then you can actually negotiate, and a realtor's work really happens when they're negotiating a price, not just putting bids down to try to see if they can get it or not.
Right.
And then you're able to put subjects in. Whether we put subjects in for 2 days or a week, we find out what the client needs with the broker. Because financing is the biggest aspect of getting a property. Because if you can't get finance for it, then we don't really know what we're doing, right?
Right.
So then we look at how long of subjects they need for financing. Then we put an offer in, and we try to do it quickly as soon as possible, so that way the seller will take our offer. And we try to become flexible in terms of pricing wise, or when it comes to completion date, because an offer the highest offer is not always the best offer. You have to see pricing, you have to see dates, you have to see subjects.
Right. Are the properties that are moving most quickly, they're new properties, new builds?
Not necessarily. I feel like investors are out there again. So they're looking at properties that have potential to grow.
Yes.
So those properties, I would say, definitely are the fastest moving properties again. So you're looking for a rancher which may not have a suite, but you can easily renovate it and put a suite in.
Right.
Or a fixer-upper. I would say those properties are by far the craziest properties at the moment.
The ones that have
a potential of growth.
Wow.
Yeah, in value.
Yeah. What sort of lot sizes are those typically? 50 by 100?
50 by 100, 6,600 square feet properties, right? At this moment, I feel like people aren't too picky as long as it's above 5,000 is what people care about nowadays.
Yes.
But they're not too picky when it comes to lot size.
Right.
They're just trying to find a lot with a good house on it, which they can kind of grow, make it bigger in one way or another, as there's a lot of unauthorized extensions and constructions that happen in Surrey all the time.
Right. Well, let's leave investors aside for the moment and talk about first-time home buyers, young families. What are you recommending for them? What are you seeing for them that's available?
Yeah. So a lot of first-time home buyers that I deal with, they're always saying that, you know what, we need a townhouse or we need a house. And what my partner, we always suggest to them, I'm like, get what you can afford right now.
Yeah.
Because once you save up money and you have the income to be able to afford it, the prices have already gone up.
Yes.
So you're going to get priced out of the market.
Yeah.
So I say, hey, if you can afford a 2-bedroom condo, you might as well get into the market. It's buying into the market.
Yeah.
Because as townhouses and houses grow, if you're saving up money for it, like I said, you're going to get bought out of the market.
Yes.
Your condo will increase as well.
Yes.
So it's not always what you need; it's what you can get into is sometimes the best option for first-time buyers.
Yeah. Get into something.
Get into something. I would say.
Get a start.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Get a start. And because a lot of times people are worried about how the market's going to end up. What happened last year, 2022, market did come down a decent amount.
Yeah.
So a lot of first-time buyers are always worried that, oh, what do we do now? But I've noticed that in Canada, as compared to the global markets, we've always been good when it comes to real estate. And a lot of people hate stress tests and everything that people have put into for making it harder to qualify for mortgages. But I personally feel like they're a good thing because that's what saves us from a market crash.
Yeah.
If you don't have stress testing and everyone can buy a property, then they'll just be buying whatever they can, and yet they can't afford the payments, and that's what crashes the market.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Now we've talked a little bit about your interest in Surrey, British Columbia. That's right next door to Langley.
Yeah.
Do you have experience on the Langley side?
Langley, I've done a lot of condos. Once again, first-time buyers. Langley's doing very well when it comes to the real estate market.
Right.
Schools are amazing there.
Yes.
And once again, I'll say investors because they're everywhere. Langley, because of the proposal of the SkyTrain, has been shooting through the roof. The prices have gone up significantly.
Wow.
School zones are amazing, and with the SkyTrain coming, people are really preferring Langley above Surrey now.
Right.
A lot of the buyers that I've dealt with, right?
Yes.
These more sophisticated, educated clients, they're preferring Langley now because they want good places for their kids to go to.
Right.
So yeah, Langley's definitely done very well.
And there's a lot of development in Langley right now.
A lot of development happening. A lot of, I would say, low rises, not too much high rises. I don't think I've seen a lot of high rises in Langley.
Yes.
But a lot of low rises, and very good development too, right? So they're building shopping complexes within the development. So it makes it easier, convenient for a lot of the buyers or the residents of these developments to be able to, like, you'll see Save on Foods within the same complex that you're living in. So it makes it a lot of convenience for these buyers that are buying into these Langley condos.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And further up the valley, are you hearing any news from Chilliwack area?
Yeah, Chilliwack, actually just this last weekend, we saw a property for a client. It was listed for $795. I'm just going to give an example.
Yes.
And I was looking at comparables, so we put an offer for $845, $50,000 above asking, and good subjects, everything. I was speaking with a realtor. I think it's gone close to around $900. We don't know the full price as yet,
right?
But it's gone close to $900, a subject-free offer.
Wow!
So no subjects, and it's gone so more than $105,000, close to over asking.
Right.
So.
Well, so for a young family, first-time home buyers, subject to commuting issues, what's your take on that? What are you recommending in terms of a market? The Surrey, Langley, Chilliwack. What do you think? Where do you think the best opportunity is?
I always talk to the client, right? Because it's different for everyone.
Of course,
where are you working? What are your needs? Like I said, good school district, then Langley might be a good option, right?
Yes.
If you're working from home but you want a bigger space, then Chilliwack might be a good option, right? If you need close to a SkyTrain, Surrey Central might be a better option.
Yeah.
Right? If you're working downtown, Chilliwack will not be a good option, right?
No.
So I always tell people, buy into the market where you're going to live into. You don't want to just buy into a market to be able to buy into it.
Yes.
You want to buy where you want to grow your family. So it always really depends. It's specific to every client. But if you're looking at it from an investment point of view, that you know what, you're working from home, not much matters for you, I would say Langley is definitely the best option to invest into, because it's been growing so much, and demand. There's a lot of demand in Langley for sure. For, I would say, condos definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
It seems like a really well-run municipality.
It is. It's a nice area. It's a nice locality. It feels when there wasn't a lot of development, it was kind of like rural area.
Yes.
But now it's definitely developed a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hearing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, thanks very much for coming in today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll put your name up there, and you can tell us right now what's your website.
Yeah, my website is Akshay Singla, AkshaySingla.com, so AKSHAYSINGLA.com.
.com, yeah.
Yeah, and my phone number is 604-724-6000.
Yeah. Thank you,
Awesome.
Akshay.
Thank you.
very much.